Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all the latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Alright guys, so I'm going to go over a little bit starting off. There's not a lot of news this week, so I'm going to go a little bit into my thoughts on the Galaxy Z Fold 4, Galaxy Z Flip 4, and the Galaxy Watch 5. If you haven't seen our quick videos on them, I kind of went over the more detailed points of why I think you should upgrade or why you shouldn't upgrade, depending on what devices you have. But if you guys have more of those questions, let me know in the comments section and I'll get to them before the end of the show. We do also have two news topics, but again, there's just not that much news this week because of the big Samsung announcement that kind of took over the entire week, essentially. So let's go over the first one. So I do always recommend you get it from Samsung. Because typically they have the best deals. Now, T-Mobile I know has a really great deal right now. Best Buy has good deals right now. You know, a lot of other carriers check your pricing, but Samsung typically has the best trade-in value. And they also typically give you the best storage capacity for the money. So in this case right now, you basically, I believe, get that already ended. Or it ended because I already went. There you go. Now it's back into it. So if I go to the unlocked version, I can actually get the 512 gig model for the same price as the 256 gig. So that's one thing that you can get because you are getting that model. The other thing is, of course, you choose between the three colors. Just note, if you do the exclusive Samsung Online Burgundy, it is going to be backdated now, so it's longer ways. And you can get basically a lot of trade-in value even for a broken device. So just to give you an example, one of the devices I am trading in is my wife's cracked Note 20. So even for a cracked Samsung Note 20, I got something like, what was it, $625. So I really do like this, that Samsung has given a lot of value, even if you don't have, like, you know, the absolute latest, and even if it's broken, you're getting a lot of value right now for your trade-in. Another product that I might trade in is my brother's thinking about trading in his S21 FE for a Flip 4. So this is the values, and they are different, by the way. I did want to clarify that the value that you'll get for the for the Samsung Fold 4 or Fold 3 to Fold 4 is different going to be from the Flip to the Flip 4. So those are two different values. Just want to note that. So if you are like me, who is trading in my S22 Ultra, if I do end up keeping it, that's what I'm going to trade in. If I don't, I'm just going to return it. So there you go. And the Fold 3, you're all getting $1,000. This one is the really one that I think is awesome. If you have a Fold 2, Samsung is giving you $1,000 for it. I'll tell you right now that typically on eBay and markets like that, you are definitely getting under this for a Fold 2 right now. So that's a really good ability that you can actually have with this. The other important thing to note is that you are getting the standing cover with S Pen. So yes, you are getting the S Pen for free if you pre-order right now. So that's pretty cool, just because you get to get it right now. And just, I definitely really like that ability that we're getting it right away as we go. And then now, one thing a lot of people have asked me, and I'm not sure of this, Samsung said at the event that they were giving free coverage for Samsung Care Plus. I have not seen that anywhere. So I am not sure if maybe that was maybe certain countries only getting it, or what exactly was that. But as far as I can tell, you are not getting any kind of coverage with it. Samsung does offer these different coverage plans, and so you do have that, but that's just one thing to note for it. Okay, so that's the Fold 4. Who should upgrade to this device? Well, to be quite frank, I I do not believe that everyone should upgrade. I believe if you have the Fold 3, it's not too much of an incentive to upgrade. The fact that they are giving you $1,000 with trade-in right now is definitely a step up. I think if you have the Fold 2, it's worth trading in just because your phone isn't that valuable anymore. So Samsung is literally giving you money, not at a loss probably for them, but definitely lower than what you could get a Fold 2 for. So I think if you have a Fold 2, definitely recommend upgrading to it. And I think if you have a Fold 3, you're better off waiting for a different device later on. All right, now let's go over the Flip 4. Now the Flip 4 is what I call the best foldable to really start off with. I think it's amazing, the foldable you can get for it. And not only do they have these colors, but you can create your own style. You can completely kind of customize the bespoke style, which just means basically that you can choose how your colors are going to look. Okay, so you can choose the frame, so the edges around, if you want it to be silver, if you want it to be black, if you want it to be gold, you can choose that. You can also choose which color the back is, so basically changing your colors to whatever you want. I am a fan of the white. I like the white and the black one, with the black frame. I think that's a really cool look, kind of that panda style that Pixel was known for. But yeah, this is just a really cool style to me, at least. But so you have these preset ones that you can kind of get. I got this one, the white and black with the silver, just because if you get these styles, you can actually get it quicker compared to the fully customizable one. So just know that. But this same thing that you basically can get an unlocked phone, right? You get an unlocked model, and you get the 256 gig for the same price as the 128. This is really important because, say, if you're like my mom, actually, she just went through this, and she is pretty much hitting the cap at the 128. So really, I'm thinking about trading in her phone just because right now, with her phone in good condition, no issues, she gets 900 for it. Now, why is that so important? Well, it's because of the fact that that means it's $100. Now, this isn't covering tax, so just know that you're still gonna have to pay tax on top of that. But that's still really incredible. The fact that you are getting it for that low of a cost, I think, is really awesome, and would definitely recommend it. Like, if you have the Flip 3, you are essentially paying $100, basically $200. Let's be fair, probably about $200, because you're thinking about $1,000 in taxes, right? So you're paying about $1,000 in taxes. Yeah, I could definitely see that being, a difference. So let me know what you guys think. I think to get the 256, like, for her in this instance, she has the Flip 3 to upgrade to the Flip 4. It's $100. She's getting the bigger storage now, so she's getting 256 instead of the 128. And she's getting the longer battery, slightly better camera built into it for the main camera, and getting $100 worth of credit still. So that is still applicable right now, is that you're still getting the $100 worth of credit towards accessories. So that in itself, basically, you can think of it as getting it for free or getting $100 off of another product, but you are saving a lot of money. So this is definitely one that it's hard to argue why not to get it. Again, even if you get a used thing or something along those lines. So in LA, I can tell you, I get taxed for the full amount. So someone, I saw it pop up. You don't get taxed for the discounted. You don't get taxed for the discounted amount. Just the amount you pay. At least in New York, I can tell you in Los Angeles, because I bought two of these. I bought a Flip and a Fold already. I got taxed for the full amount. At least in Los Angeles. So obviously every state is different, every country is different, every country is different, but everything is different. And you should also take a look at some of these bundles, right? Like, I got this bundle specifically because my brother wanted the Watch 5 Pro. I wanted another pair of Galaxy Buds 2 Pros, and I got the Flip 4, which I still don't know if I'm keeping it or not, but that is definitely something to stand out. So this is all, again, different bundles, you can get additional savings when you buy. All right, and then you do also get the difference of the watches. So the watch for me, like I said in the previous video, it is the absolute best upgrade, I would say, definitely this time around. Like, if there is one product that I would say that most people should buy, it's this watch. Because if you have the Galaxy 4 Classic, you're getting the most trade-in value you ever will for those watches right now. Literally, in 2 weeks' time, the value of your watch will drop. So, know that. Second, this is a lot longer battery life. We're talking about on the Galaxy Watch 5, you're getting over a 400 milliamp battery, which is 100 more than the standard Galaxy Watch 4. But for the Watch 5 Pro, yes, it is almost $150 more about, but you are getting the biggest battery Samsung has ever put on a smartwatch. And the reason why that's so big is because we're finally going to get a Wear OS, the first ever Wear OS device that actually has a 2 to 3 day battery life. That has never happened before. I know it's one of the biggest reasons why I went away from Wear OS, because having the Google apps is great, but we're still not at the point where we can have, you know, the processors we need, the everything we need to make these watches, the battery life last longer. So this is going to be one that I'm just like, okay, this is something that is very, very interesting. So for the Watch 5 Pro, this is the one I got. I got both the black titanium and the gray titanium. I'm basically going to kind of offer it to my brother and basically be like, hey, which one do you want? And I'll get the other one. Simple as that. So the debuckle sport is free that comes with it. However, if you do get something like the leather bound one or some of the other ones, you do have to pay additional money for it. So just know that you do have to pay for certain other straps. I'm probably just gonna get the leather separately, or I don't know yet. I haven't been able to find an answer to this, so I will look more into it. But which band does the Galaxy Watch 5 come with? Because just so you know, when you send a watch back to Samsung, you do not send the band. You only send the watch. So you take off your watch bands and then you send it to them. Pro tip for that, because obviously that saves you a band that you could possibly use on your new watch. So I would never get the LTE version. I just don't see it as a point unless you're a runner that really needs your watch to be connected at all times. Unless you need another phone number, then you get it. But if not, I wouldn't recommend it. So Samsung, I'm trading in a watch for it. I get $240 for my Watch 4 Classic. I'm also getting my brother one, and for that one, I'm trading in my Active 2, and I'm getting $125 for that. So either way, you're getting a pretty good amount. This is a 3-year-old watch, and this is a 1-year-old watch. So you can obviously kind of see the difference in the pricing here. But I really like that I'm trading in this one, getting $125 for it. By the way, I really find it kind of cool that you are going to get for any smartwatch $125. So you can trade in pretty much any Samsung smartwatch from the past, any condition, and get $125 for it. That is really cool, because you can have like an old Samsung Gear S, like the first versions of the Gear S or whatever, and trade it in and get $125. That is really cool. So Samsung has kind of really given a lot of value for their watches. If you're trading in an Apple, you can get up to $180 for the latest Watch Series 7. So in this case, you really are getting more for a Samsung, continuously upgrading to them and kind of sticking to them. So that is really cool that you have that. By the way, important to note, if you get this bundle, do not select this. Get them all separately. The reason why is this, because if I added the Z Fold 4 to the cart, did that first, right? Then I go over here and then add the Watch 5 Pro to the cart. Guess what I get now? I get this. So I get an additional charger because I am doing it this way. that is a trick that, again, it's really kind of hidden. But you also get that when you get the watch, or sorry, when you get the earbuds. So if I wanted to get this and the earbuds, you might be tempted to add the earbuds in the accessories portion, but instead hold, add it to cart, then go back, go find the earbuds separately. And if you get the earbuds, let's just go see it, Galaxy Buds. If you get the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, guess what you get? You get another charger. So you can get 2 extra wireless chargers if you buy this way. So just note that you have that ability. I like that you can also trade in your old earbuds. So I can actually trade in, say I have a couple of Galaxy Buds 2s. I can get $75 for them. Don't really need them anymore. Don't use them. They're literally just in a drawer in my room. So yeah, sure, why not? I'll trade those in and get something better. So that is really cool and a definite pro tip for these trade-ins. All right, now let's get to the only 2 topics for today, and then I'm going to get to all of your questions. Guys, if you have any questions, fire them in the chat and I will get to them in about 5 minutes. All right, so the first big news is I did see this display video, and essentially these are the new displays that Samsung Display is working on. Now, a part of Samsung, the entire company, is Samsung Display. And what this company does is they make displays for anyone and everyone to buy. So what they've shown is some of the foldable displays. Displays that are tri-fold, that are big enough for a tablet. It looks like it's about a 15-inch display going widescreen. Then you have stackable ones. Then you have foldable ones. Then you have extended ones. It really is cool, just the amount of different kind of displays we see here, with like a laptop kind of like the display that Lenovo's had, right? You also get 2 trifold tablets. One could be the next generation of the Fold coming in a few years. This one is a huge device that it looks like it has something on the back of it. I would probably guess that would be either webcams regular cameras, or possibly even a keyboard, something like that. Then you also have this one, which extends out. So it's actually a bigger display. It's a slider OLED. So all of these things are displays that Samsung is working on. And they're pretty cool, to say the least. So these are future technology that we might be getting in the next couple of years. I, for one, am all for that. I think a lot of people are looking at these kind of technology and like, yes, like, let's see what else we can do. Let's see what other cool tech will come out. And extending rollable displays are kind of interesting. And it's been, where can we go with this kind of technology? So yeah. And then there was another foldable device that came out this week, but unfortunately it only came to China, and it did not have any plans as of right now to come to the US, at least talking to Motorola reps. And that is the Razr. The new Moto Razr has come out, so it's just Razr 2022. It has 144 hertz display. It has 12 gigs of RAM, up to 512 storage. It also has a Snapdragon Gen 1, 8 Plus Gen 1, so the fastest processor, same ones on the Flip 4 and the Fold 4, and a slightly smaller battery than the Flip 4 got, which is 3,700, so but bigger than its last one. And it has a really nice looking design, this nice big OLED display right in the front. And this is it open, so you can kind of see how it is. It did get an upgrade to a 50 megapixel sensor, which the Flip 4 did not get, which I was kind of like, why? And it's slightly under 1,000. I think it would be between 830 to 850 roughly in US, translated to money wise. But again, as of right now, it's no plans to come out to the US. So I just thought I'd mention it. I'm not mentioning the Xiaomi one that a lot of people are talking about. It's ultra thin, a foldable device. But again, it's not coming to the US as of right now. If it would come to the US, if it would work in the US perfectly, I would check it out. I would have to budget it, of course, but that's one that I would definitely be like, oh wow, that's really cool for me to be able to get to it. So yeah. All right, guys, that was the news today. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section and I'll get to it. And I will say, if you guys are planning on buying any of these products from Samsung, if you use my affiliate links, it will help me out. So I'm just going to drop these in the chat right now for each product. So the Flip 4, the Fold 4, and the Watch 5 Pro. Again, if you use it buying with me, it helps me pay for some of these devices because it's hard to drop about $3,000 just like that. So yeah. All right, I think I'll just keep my Fold 3 and wait till the Fold 5. Totally understand that, and I would agree with it for most people that have the Fold 3. Z Flip 3 is a cop if you have or can get the Flip 3 for cheap. I got the 2 to 6 gig Flip 4 for 95 bucks plus freebies. Watch 5 Pro was free. Earbuds Pro was half off. I also get the free case. So yeah, it really does add up a lot. Getting rid of the physical rotating bezel is such an idiotic move. Samsung is bipolar. I completely agree. I'm going to miss this dramatically. I love this rotating bezel so much. But the battery life is the only thing I would trade it for, and that's what they did. So at least for me, I'm gonna do it for sure. Hey Ricky, how are you? Is it worth the upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra to the Fold 4? Can't let go of the Note because of the MST and SD card. Thanks. Okay, so a couple of things right there. Is it really worth it for? So the S Pen experience is not as good. Flat out, it's not as good. It just, the Fold S Pen experience is just not as good as a regular Ultra, or the S22 Ultra is essentially is the upgrade of your phone, right? The S22 Ultra is also the better camera quality. The Fold 4 won't have as good of a camera still compared to your Note 20. Your Note 20 probably did have a better camera overall because I think it still had the 108 megapixel camera. I think it was on the second generation of that one, not the third one, but it still would probably be better than the 50 megapixel sensor that's smaller than yours. So yeah, I would say your Note 20 Ultra has a better camera. Which one is the better overall experience? I mean, there is something to a foldable. There just is. It's you can get a different kind of experience that no one else can. And I love the new rows at the bottom permanently being there, the new taskbar that is really good. And it's such a long overdue for a bigger screen thing. And that's one thing I'm so excited about is Android 12L. Because the whole point of it was to get this bigger display finish on there. And I don't care if it doesn't get Android 13 till like January or February, to be quite honest, because Android 12L was the bigger update that it needed. So that in itself is perfect for me, not to mention Samsung with the ability to add on different, they are ahead of stock Android in my opinion. They always have been. So the newest Android OS version doesn't matter as much. Now you mentioned MST and SD cards. I will say that I think we're kind of at the point in the US, at least, every place is different. And also, to be fair, I live in Los Angeles, so I live in a big city that obviously probably adapted quicker than every single city or town or anything like that would adapt to. But I would say wireless payments are standard now, right? With the popularity that Apple got for their payment system, I would say that has kind of sped up everyone's adoption of NFC payments. So for at least me, I don't use wireless tapping still as much as I probably should. because it is more secure than swipe, not as secure as chip, but all this kind of stuff. But yeah, so in all honesty, I don't. When MST came out for Samsung, it was a huge, huge thing. Because at the time, Target, Best Buy was starting to go around to it, but there was some. Walmart didn't have it. Like, there were so many companies that did not have NFC payments that you couldn't do it at. But that has changed drastically. So yeah, it has changed a lot for sure. So that is different now. With the SD card, look, it's something that I will say that you can't keep forever, but it's something that's still valuable in tablets. I have a 512 gig SD card onto my tablet that I use from my phone. So it can be reused, but at the same time, it's something that, like, once it's gone, right? And I wish it didn't have to be gone for SD cards, but at least in phones, it looks like it is gone. The good news is again, you can get the 512 gig model right now for the same price as the 256 gig. So hopefully the 512 gig would sustain you. It sustains me. I do about 280 gigs is where I'm about on my phones right now, with the S22 Ultra. That's where I'm at. So yeah, just all that going into it. I watched your Watch 5 video, the Galaxy Watch. I have the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. Even though it's a smaller battery, I love the bezel. Totally understand that, Paul. Again, I think it was a mistake to get rid of the rotating physical bezel, but it did make it lighter, which I am kind of looking forward to because I'm beginning to sleep with my watch. Because one thing that I'm having an issue with is I like to set my early alarms, but I like to have a happy wife. So when I have my alarm go off and it wakes her up, not happy. So what I'm starting to do is actually charge my watch a little bit before sleeping and then leave it on the charger in the morning, but wear it to bed. So, it gets my tracking and everything like that too, sure, for sleep. But more importantly, it will vibrate pulsating on me to wake me up in the morning, but hopefully not wake up my wife, or at least not so alarmingly where she couldn't go back to sleep. So for those reasons, I am excited about the lighter weight. But I am with everyone in the fact that I will miss my physical metal bezel. Quick RSCKY. I still have the Gear S3. Want to upgrade. Would you recommend upgrading to the 4 or the new 5? Thank you. Definitely to the 5. The 4 again was a step backwards in battery life. So you will be much happier with the 5, in my opinion. It's worth it for the longer battery life. So I would recommend upgrading to the 5. And again, you get a good trade-in value right now. You can click the link that I left in the chat to get a really good battery life when it comes to that. Hey, you know what? Let's see. We're half an hour in. I just want, if everyone can give a quick shout out to our cameraman, Richie. He just had his first child, Riley. So if everyone can just say, congratulations to Richie, I will screenshot all of it and send it to him. So if everyone can do that, I think that would be good because he's not going to get much sleep tonight. I remember the first night. It's a long night. So definitely just give your shout out to Richie. Congratulations on his first baby girl. And yeah, send that in the chat and I will send it to him because he will need it for a long night tonight. All right. Hey Ricky, just got Disney Plus. I think that I'm so sorry. I don't know. I always get confused with the different currency out there. So I think that's 20 euros. I want to say it's 20 euros. 20 euros for 1 year via promotion. It's good, but still I prefer Netflix due to the recommendations. Well, I will say, like, my family, like, my daughter's the only one left who watches Netflix. It's slowly becoming so Disney Plus, it's a great price for it. It's something they're probably doing overseas because in the US they're about to raise their rates. We got a really good price for 3 years, basically. If you were a founder like I was, the founder club, I got it for $3 a month for 3 years. And I had to pay all up front, but I was like, yeah, instead of $7 or $8, which it became later, yeah, I'll pay this. And now they are upping it to $11 a month. So that price point is definitely good that you got for it. For me, Disney Plus is something I would personally keep over Netflix. But at the same time, I'm not into a lot. I'm not invested into a lot of the Netflix shows, such as Stranger Things and other ones that they're really big and known for. So for me, though, I'm very invested in Marvel shows, Star Wars shows, all those kind of things. So for me, it would be that sense, but I can definitely understand how everyone has a different way when it comes to that. And like, I right now, I feel like I'm paying too much once Disney Plus goes up. So I am definitely going to reevaluate all the streaming services I have. I pretty much have all of them, I think. I don't have Hulu. And I do have Sling TV for all my TV stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of get rid of Sling TV, because that's the most expensive, I believe $60, $65 a month, and move to Hulu, which I believe would be like around $30 or so, $35, with the all together with Disney Plus. So yeah, I have to go check on that kind of thing to see how much that would be, but I think that would make me feel a lot better, because right now I have Paramount Plus, I have HBO Go, I have all these different, or HBO Max, I have Discovery Plus. Those are going to be merging, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, so all those kind of things for sure. I missed the SD card slot on my S22 Ultra. Definitely don't know how you feel about that. Trading in my Fold 3 for the Fold 4, trading in Fold 2 for Flip 4. Ooh, that's an interesting one, Biggs. I think that'll be a good amount for the trade-in value. I really don't see much to upgrade for the Watch 5. You're losing the bezel, gain the battery, not much of an upgrade. Everything is the same on the Watch 4. Yes, the battery is, the battery to me is the biggest thing ever, because I don't know about you, but I cannot stand not needing to charge my watch every night. That thing that drives me crazy. Maybe you're just so used to it. It's just not a big deal. Sure, then. I don't, but it's such a big deal to me. Like, I'm like, yes, that is worth everything for sure. So yeah, but that's me. Keep my Watch 4. I'm staying with my watch. Also, for autocorrect. Yeah, I got you. No, and again, that's my opinion. Like, I cannot stand charging my watch every night. I didn't have to do that with any of the past watches for the last 4 years. So having to do this every night is just really, like, I don't like it. So yeah, so that's, again, that just could be me. But like, even when I travel, like, the fact that I could, I don't need to charge my watch, right? It's just something. And keep in mind, like, I charge my watch so much that, like, I have not been able to, for this generation of watch, I've never been able to put on the always on display, because it dies too quickly if I do that. It'll last half the day. So having that back is something that I'm so looking forward to, even if I would have to charge it every 2 days. I'm hoping I can get 2 days with always on display. That would be perfect. And then maybe 3 days without it. But yeah, that's one. But again, I got a battery pack for my watch. That's how bad the battery life is for this, that I had to get a battery pack that I love, by the way. It's awesome. I've brought this to work every day with me, and every couple of days I have to use it because, it didn't charge enough, or I needed to, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, for me, I'm all about the longer battery life. It's the biggest reason to upgrade, definitely. So if you don't find that appealing, then don't upgrade, for sure. That I completely agree with that. But if you are like me, that you hate charging your watch every night and you want to have always on display back, it's worth it. How often do you use the S Pen on the S22 Ultra more than your finger? I don't use it more than my finger, but I use it probably once every 2 days, I would say. So, 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm not every day, but I definitely use it, and it's something that's so perfect when I need it. Like, I need to highlight this text. I can't do it if I don't have my S Pen. And thank God this one is built in so I can use my S Pen. So yeah, I'm all for that. I like using my S Pen to copy and blurring out text. Helpful instead of using my fingers. Yes, and it's something you can't do. You can't copy all text with your finger. You can copy all text with your S Pen. But the Watch 5, all they do are giving away a Bluetooth version. I want a Sogler version. What? I didn't get the debuckle for free. I did get the silicone band and paid $79 for. Oh, so yeah, so you can get the debuckle for free, or you got the silicone band for free and then pay for the debuckle. That's fine. I mean, the debuckle comes free, or you pay for the band. So that's all. Should I get a Samsung Active Watch for my son, 12-year-old? I can get it for $40. Yeah, why not? There is no issue with that. I don't know what my daughter has. I think she has one of those. I think she has like a Gear S2 or something like that. Like, yeah, I would totally do that. That's a mistake I got. I got the LTE version. I don't really need it. Yeah, for sure. LTE run that kills the battery, for sure. I was trying to order the Watch 5 40mm. It looks like it is sold out of silver Bluetooth. Also trading in my Active 2, where they're giving me 75. What am I doing wrong? So that was on the Watch 5 Pro. Again, if it's a more expensive product, they'll give you more of a trade-in. If it's a less expensive product, they'll give you less of a trade-in. So that is, just because you saw me getting $125 for the Active 2, it's because I'm putting it towards the 5 Pro. So if you are putting it towards the 5, it could give you a less trade-in. That's perfectly normal. So here's my question. They said you don't have to buy the Fold 4 to get the 200 credit. Is this true? No. You have to buy the Fold 4. You don't have to get the credit right now. You don't have to get the credit right now. However, if you do not redeem the credit right now, you do not get that credit till 35 days later. So you have to keep the phone for that long so they know you're not going to return it, and then you get the credit later. But yes, you do have to get it. Yes. Dang, I didn't do the wireless charger thing for the buds. Only got one instead of two. But the total flip for 260 was 266 after taxes and trade-in. So that's a win, definitely. Do you think Samsung is targeting the Z Fold? Only know 2 people that have the Z Fold. They are both wealthy since most can't afford it. Yeah, definitely. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. So is Samsung targeting more wealth? Yes, you have to pay a lot more money to get these phones. So yeah, are they targeting the wealthier people? Yes, they are. Absolutely 100%. So yeah, they are targeting the wealthier people for sure. So just know that it is targeted towards, people that can afford it, people that choose to spend their extra money on electronics or, flashy toys kind of thing. And I always kind of tell people that, like when people tell me like, oh, I can't believe you don't really go to concerts. And I'm like, well, for me, spending like $500, $200, $300, whatever on a concert, I'm like, I could buy a phone for that, or I could buy a webcam for that, or I can buy, whereas people who want that experience, they're like, oh, that's perfectly understandable. Like, yeah, I that's cool. I want to do that, right? So it's always like whatever makes you happy is worth the money. So it's just, if you have the extra money, and please don't ever go broke with spending money on electronics. Trust me, I've done it. No, in my early days, but yeah, it's something that I really always stress. Like, you spending money on what makes you happy is great. Like, I went through a resurgence of buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards again over the past month, and I spent like probably $200 total. I bought a lot of cards for like $1 and everything like that. But so that's something that like, hey, I want to have that again. I just want to have that again and possibly play again and all that kind of stuff. So it's something that made me happy. Now $200 is a substantial amount of money, right? Like, but for me, it was like, this is worth it to me to have, you know, X amount of years later on down the line of happiness. So yeah, the foldable devices are very expensive, but if you're going to do it in payments, right? So if you get a credit card that gives you 12 months no interest or 18 months no interest or whatever, and buy this $1,000, $1,500 phone, pay that off in payments, you know, you're paying a little over $100 a month. If that makes you happy, then it might be worth it to you. If you rather, you know, travel, if you rather go see a concert, if you rather, you know, buy a new TV, you know, there are all these things that you choose to do what you want with your money. So do whatever makes you happy. Can you find the Buds case on Can you find a Buds case on a Buds Pro 2? I'm pretty sure you're asking, can you fit a Buds case on a Pro 2? I don't know yet because I haven't had it, so I don't know if it's the same size. I know that I think the battery was 1 hour longer on the case, so that might mean it's a little bit bigger, but I'm not sure. Hello from Switzerland. Hello. Do you think Apple will use RCS in the future? Oh, well, that's a big thing that Google is doing, right? They're trying to pressure them into it. And I think unless, and obviously people will feel different about this. So, you know, if you don't like it, totally understand. I'm not saying I want this to happen. I'm saying this is the only way I see Apple doing anything about it. I think the bad PR press that Google is trying to do to Apple right now is funny. It's awesome. And I don't think it'll work. The only thing that I think it could make it happen or make it work is if the government gets involved. If the government says that every smartphone manufacturer has to support RCS as a new standard, because MMS is completely outdated and SMS is completely outdated, and it is a lot better, then that's what, you know, would be great. But unless the government steps in, I do not think that's going to happen. The price you can get for the Fold 4 in the US is very good. I saw it for $800. In Switzerland, it's approximately $1,500, so almost double the price of that. So yeah, huge difference for sure. Like, it's crazy Samsung is giving $1,000 for the Fold 2. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good price for what you could sell it like on eBay for and stuff like that. I agree. Removing the rotating bezel backward by Samsung. I have the Galaxy Watch 3 Classic, waiting for the Galaxy Watch 4, but no rotating bezels a pass for me. Plus, my Galaxy Watch 3 gets lots of compliments, so yeah, it's awesome for that reason. Here, there's a problem with the Fold 3 for less than 300. Oh, so yeah, you get it for a lot less money. If you turn in the Flip 3 for the Flip 4, you only pay tax on $100. It's $1,000 or. Yeah, so again, it depends on the state. I can tell you for me, I had to pay full taxes from that. And now I'm just going to do this real quick. And I will make sure to send Richie all those congratulations you guys sent. Let's see. Still rocking the S10 5G. Will there be a software update for the Watch 4 that the Watch 5 has? Probably. I mean, you're gonna get always features trickle down. I think the only thing that the Watch 4 can't get is anything to do with the temperature check, because temperature sensor is a new sensor on the Watch 5. So I think that would only be there, but I would expect everything else to come to the Watch 4. A lot of new fitness stuff is coming to the Watch 5, so I'm expecting that to come to the Watch 4 later, but it's not a guarantee, but I'm expecting it to. In my opinion, the S22 Ultra is much better than the upcoming Fold 4. Cameras plus integrated S Pen, best phone out right now. I would agree. Absolutely. How difficult is the trade-in process? Do you have to purchase boxes? You can use the box that your phone comes in. That would be the easiest way. The other way is that I would recommend is FedEx. FedEx has a box for, I believe, like $10 or $12. It's called the electronics box. It's a small little box, and it's made to fit a smartphone. So basically, it has like a thin layer of plastic in this little brown cardboard that comes inside of it, and you can flap it up, put your phone underneath it, and then tighten it so the phone will not move whatsoever on the entire trip. It's awesome. And I think, again, it costs like $10 or $12 for that electronic box. So you do have to send it through FedEx anyway. They give you a slip to send it for FedEx. So they pay for the slip already, but you do have to pay for the box or use the box that your phone came in. So if you get a box for a phone, keep all the bubble wrap stuff, keep all that stuff, put it in a case if you're not going to need the case anymore, right? For that phone, put it in a case then. If you get that FedEx electronic box, by the way, a case will not fit. It's too bulky then. So just know that. But yeah, that's a tip for trade-in. I've never had a problem with the trade-in, but I have heard of people that have had it. Now, I've traded in with Samsung every single year, twice a year, multiple phones. So I've never had a problem with it, but just know that I have heard of people having problems with it. On this channel, actually. Ricky, do you think luxury watch bands will go away due to the demands of smartwatches? Do you think Rolex can compete with Apple and Samsungs of the world? I mean, I think you will eventually see Rolex, Gucci, and all these other brands make watch bands, right? Because they can make watch bands for all of these companies. Now, there's still something to be said about the classic, like Rolex and all these kind of brands, but I do think that a person that's growing up as a teenager right now will not have the same "I want it" for a regular watch when they're in their 30s. They're in their 40s. I do see that shifting by then. What will happen in between then? It's very interesting to see what happens. But I definitely see that changing. In the long run, I don't see it being an immediate difference right now, because right now you still have a generation like mine in my 30s that I did, that prestige of a Rolex, of a Gucci, of a Coach, Louis Vuitton, all these higher brands that, like, I grew up, when I was a teenager, I grew up with Guess watches because I thought they were really cool looking. I grew up with that, right? However, as soon as smartwatches came out, I was the first, of course, because I'm a techie, to jump on it. And I was like, this is the future. And I knew it would be. And it was funny because my brother had very high-end watches. He had really a collection of watches. I think he had like up to 6 or 7 watches at one point. And I bought him his first smartwatch. He said it was such a double-edged sword because it was I never use my other watches anymore. These, like, hundreds of dollar watches. I don't even know if he went to 1,000 of them, but to do that. So yeah, I thought that was really kind of interesting. Are you getting the Watch 5 Pro and what color? I am getting the Watch 5 Pro. I'm getting it in both colors because I'm getting one for myself, and it's early Christmas present for my brother. So I got both colors, and I'm not too picky about the color, so I'm gonna let him pick to see which color he wants, and then I will get the other one. Do you think it's worth it to get the Fold 4 and let my S22 Ultra be my spare? If you have the money for that, sure, man. Yeah, I mean, that's a great combination. You have the bigger screen and a lot of other cool things with the Fold 4, and you have the better camera with the S22 Ultra. So yeah. Oh yeah, and you can check out the Newegg channel if you haven't checked out Newegg Studios. In Gamers Lounge, there was a Mario Kart race that I was a part of. I won't tell you how far I got, but it was a really cool video that I was a part of for Newegg. I'm in the very beginning, explain my Mario Kart history, and then there is 3 matches I want to say before I come back, and because that was the end of round 1, and it was a tournament style. And thank you, Quiet Storm, for putting it in the chat. But it was a really fun video. If you can, check it out and leave comments for the YouTube Tech Guy if you guys can do that, because I don't know if I'll ever be on Gamer Lounge again. I don't. I thought it was really fun. I thought I had a lot of fun time doing it. But leave comments talking about the YouTube Tech Guy in that video, and they'll invite me back to Gamer Lounge. So do that, guys, and I might get back on Gamer Lounge. It really would help me out because I always say that I do think I bring something to every show I'm a part of, and you guys showing that support to that video, just leaving comment section, I watch because of the YouTube Tech Guy, or I bring the YouTube Tech Guy back, you know, whatever, he's my favorite one, whatever you want to say. Put anything like that in the chat, and it will help me out for sure. What are your thoughts on the Xiaomi Fold? To be quite honest, as soon as I was like, oh, it's not coming to the US, I stopped reading about it. So I know that that's a possibility that it might come out later for the US. So what are my thoughts from just seeing it? The fact that it's thinner and has a bigger battery is exactly what I want to see. Because as what everyone always says, like, competition is good. We cannot have Samsung be the only foldable phone out here. And LG's gone. Pixel's taking longer to develop theirs. OnePlus is starting on theirs right now. We need other competition so that Samsung will get off their ass and give us a bigger battery, give us a better camera, and give us a built-in S Pen. Those are the 3 that I want for the Fold 5. And this from Xiaomi is going to get us closer to that, at least to have a bigger battery. So that is what I'm really excited for that phone. Do I plan on getting it? No. But am I excited for that? Yes. Does the Flip 4 allow for the outer screen to run apps like YouTube browser, or is it still use third-party apps? So it is limited. However, there are ways to kind of make it do whatever you want now more so. There's third-party apps. So I will be going over that, how to unlock your cover screen on the Flip 4 when it comes out. So yeah, I will go over some videos like that, because those videos came out after I had traded in my Flip already. So I did not get to use them anymore, but yeah, that's just one thing. Will Samsung ever sell the Fold with the slot and S Pen ability right on the cover screen? I think so, but not unless they get competition, not unless they are incentivized to do it. No. Aren't Chinese phones legal in the US? No. Just so you know, I think what you're thinking of is that certain government employment, you are not supposed to have those kind of phones. But are they illegal? No. Are they not really sold as much anymore? Yes. Huawei is the big company that got in trouble and basically is banned from all government jobs. If you have one, you're not supposed to have a Huawei device. However, Xiaomi, OnePlus, Oppo, these are all other Chinese companies, and they do not have anything against them for now. Could that have changed online? Yeah, sure. Why doesn't the Flip 4 have DeX? I did not know that it did not get DeX. That was a big thing about the Flip 3 that people were upset about, that why doesn't it have DeX? I do not understand the thought process of that. Like, why isn't DeX on everything? I don't understand the process of that. It's a weird thing, and I will talk about it on my review when I get to it, but it's just a weird thing for that to happen, for sure. I'm really hoping the Buds 2 Pro fit better in my earbuds than the Buds Pro and the Buds 2 did. I got rid of those pairs and got the Sony XM4s and the newly released Link Buds S. Yeah, no, I'm the same thing. For me, I remember the Buds Pro did not fit in my ear almost at all. The Buds 2 did fit better, so I was very happy with that. So I'm hoping that the Buds 2 Pro will fit even better, so we'll have to wait and see, though. The reason why I ask is because OnePlus phones have not been working and to make calls on AT&T, but they can use text and data use. No, you can totally use OnePlus. It just the bands are different. So OnePlus is usually made perfectly for T-Mobile, and if they're not compatible with the bands for AT&T, I'm not sure about that. But they also might not be compatible with AT&T's 5G as well, because that's two different technologies. So those are some things. Sorry, it's very hot in here with these lights. And we are going to be wrapping up soon, guys, but get your last minute questions in. As you can see, I was able to do a couple of videos for the Samsung stuff. Now, obviously, I'll probably be getting the phones at the end of next week. As of right now, we will have a mobile weekly next Sunday, but it's not a guarantee. And the reason why I say that is because I'm coming back from Canada on that day. If there is anyone in Toronto, let me know what I should do while I'm out there. I'm going to be out there for 3 days at an event for AMD. Going to be talking about some AMD Advantage, some stuff that I'm pretty excited about doing. So yeah, I'll be talking about some of that kind of stuff, which is really cool because I haven't taken a picture of the final build yet, but I just built a really cool looking AMD desktop. I just built it there at Newegg. And it has like the top of the line AMD processor and graphics card. So I kind of very curious to find out more on the laptop side. But yeah, definitely excited for all that kind of stuff. It's really fun. But yeah, really just can't wait for this trip. It's kind of a cool out of nowhere trip. And then I'll also be going hopefully to PAX as well, which is in Seattle. So gonna be going over that event. But yeah, so it should be fun for all that kind of stuff. But so as of right now, if I don't have too much jet lag, I will do an episode next week. If I have a lot of jet lag, I might not be doing an episode. So just know that. And stay tuned to my social media, because I'll probably be posting some photos and images at the event. So make sure to follow me at YouTube Tech Guy on all socials. All right. Are you getting the new Moto Razr? No, because it's only sold in China. So no, I'm not getting it. I'm not going to import a device that I really can't use here, that's not made for here, that's going to have all these different issues for here. And I wouldn't recommend anyone get it as well for the US. I think that's why, like, look, the bigger channels that they are making hundreds of thousands of dollars every year can definitely afford to get these kind of phones on a whim like that. And I would too if I was making that kind of money. For YouTube, but I'm not, so I have to be more responsible for the purchases that I make for YouTube. I have to weigh the balance of how many people will view it versus its cost to me, and something like that I couldn't use well here, and that I wouldn't recommend for anyone to use here would stop me from doing it. Do you think there will be a Buds Pro 2 instead of the Buds 2? The ones that just came out are the Buds Pro 2. Those are the ones that just came out. Those are the ones that were just announced. If you pre-order right now, you can get a free wireless charger if you pre-order right now. I didn't leave a link for it, but if you use any of the links and then go to Buds Pro 2, that's what's out right now. That's the new one that just came out. The Buds 2 were a while ago, and the Buds Pro were before that. So yeah, they do have the Buds Pro 2 now. Hey, shameless plug time. Yes, Quiet Storm, thank you for reminding me about 51st Date Questions. This is an app that I created that I would love you guys to download. It is a fun app for a date night. You can ask your date a question, they can ask you a question, and it's just fun to see where your answers are. They completely change based on when you ask them, and it will tell you if you are compatible. At least for me, I played this game, the physical version, before it was an app, with my girlfriend that is now my wife for over 10 years. So yeah, it's a pretty good way to check. All right, 51st Date Questions can be downloaded for iOS and Android in the links in the description. Thank you, Quiet Storm, for reminding me about my shameless plug as always. Has Samsung finally gone the way of making the same chipsets for phones globally? Haven't seen anything saying the US will get its own chipset. So yeah, as it looks like, at least with the foldables, and definitely with the next iteration of the S series, There will be no Exynos. Exynos is basically rebooting. And what I mean by that is Samsung is going to try to make a chip in the vein of an Apple M1 chip, right? A all-powerful, built from the ground up kind of processor that is far ahead of everything else right now. They have hired some of Apple's people actually as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with. But what I'm excited for is, the thing that kind of happened, which is they got AMD to make the graphics for one processor, and that was it. And like it was just like, I am excited to see what a high-end processor with a high-end AMD GPU can do, and I think it's really exciting to see what it can do. But we'll have to wait till 2025 is when it's going to be rumored to be coming out. So that'll be 3 years away. In the meantime, it looks like Qualcomm will be taking over all the processors for at least all high-end Samsung devices going forward. So the S23 and up will be getting now all Qualcomm, it looks like. But that could change. We'll see. What is the charger you showed for your smartwatch? Where can you get it? Oh, I posted that last week. Let me find it. Yeah, it's literally a battery pack that magnetically connects to your charger. It's like a 4,000 milliamp battery, if I'm not mistaken. But let me see. Boom. It cost 26 bucks. Actually, it's 10% off right now, and it comes in black, pink, and white. I will leave it in the comments section right now. It's an affiliate link, so if you do buy with that link, it helps me out. But yeah, there it goes. And it's Lav Fan, so it's not any kind of well-known brand, but it was a battery pack for a watch for the Samsung watches. So I was just like, yes. Especially because it has a Type-C connector. There's no reason not to get this over the regular wall charger because you can charge this and take it with you. So yeah. Have you tried the One UI 5.0 beta? No, I have not. Just because my only phone that is compatible with it is the S22 Ultra, and that's my main phone that I do all my work on. So I can't change it. But I'm very excited to see how that goes for sure. That's odd. On Moto parts, the first two worked here. Yes, no, because they were made for here, but they're, for some reason the new one just launched over there only. So yeah, I don't know why. All right, guys, I think that we will call it a show. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do always appreciate it. If you can, hit a like, thumbs up down below, and if you can, click that link. I will post it in the bottom of the chat again. So yeah, that is the Gamers Lounge link. If you can click it, watch it, even for 5 minutes, and you can see me play Mario Kart. But if you can just click it and leave a comment on it saying that, hey, bring the YouTube Tech Guy back, it would help me out. I do appreciate it. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it as always. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.